Yeah, you gotta like count it down. We gotta get a cool intro. Hold on, I'll play some beats. Hold on. We're better than this, Sam. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, what should our intro be? Oh my god. What do you want? What's your favorite song right now?
Ooh, honestly, probably Fast.
No, we're just gonna do this. This is camp.
I mean,
Hold
we'd
on.
probably
This
go
is
with some Memphis
no,
rap,
no, 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 no.
honestly.
I got this. Hold on. No, no way. Nope, nope. Here we go. This will start it off right. Dun, dun, dun. How loud is that? Is that loud enough?
No, yeah, you're good.
I have the most ghetto setup. I have a 55-inch off-brand TV with a Bluetooth Bose surround sound plugged into a PC tower running through the monitor.
Work how I want you to work. I'll pull this back over.
Are we live right now?
We are live. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, that didn't work how I wanted that to. What if I go this?
This is the best intro to this podcast ever.
No. Yes. Do that. So if I move me here. Oh, you're so tiny. Can I make? Ooh, what if I do? That's not what I wanted. Oh well. So I'm over it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that will work. That will work.
All right, so that's gonna be our intro
Okay.
every week. I killed that. ACDC, Big Balls. Sue us. It'd be an honor. Please sue us. Think about that. That's worth every penny you get sued by ACDC.
Yes. So Warwick, this is my friend Matt Hardigan. I don't know if you remember. He bowled last year's Midnight Bowler Society that you were live streaming. He's the guy who threw the hashtag white ball, the only person to enter a plastic ball.
You know, there's taught lessons and taught lessons. We got out of there even. So, we don't know. That was a good one. Man, I can't wait to go back. We're bowling a team tournament there. Me, Tim, Luke, Anthony Richmond.
Oh.
And we're panhandling right now. We think we have the inside track because we got Richmond.
Yeah.
We're shooting for the stars. We're going for Gary Faulkner, you know?
Oh, you got Anthony, so there's a good chance.
I think so.
You got to tell Gary, like, you're a Mississippi guy now. You got to bowl with Mississippi guys.
Anthony said it was a firm no. He was sure of it. And I was like, man, I'm used to pulling from Steph Curry range. Just shoot that shot for me one time. Dude, I saw Gary one time at a SSJBA on 3 different pair. Like, you're moving one pair to the right. He shot 877 with remember the hammer chalk?
Ooh, the white ball.
Yeah.
The only white ball I know to ever not get dirty.
That kid, man, he's been nuking forever. Like, bro, he won everything. Think about it. He won high school state championship. I saw him one time at work. He had his ring on. It's like a Super Bowl ring.
Mm-hmm.
He won junior gold.
He didn't win junior gold. He was the only competitor in the field that year. If you go back and look, he broke records that year. Like, no one else could touch him.
Man. Oh.
Yeah, like it was unbelievable.
He redefined.
Yeah, like I want to say AJ Johnson finished second that year, and I mean when I say he finished second, I mean he got money for second, but he wasn't in top 10 compared to Gary Faulkner. Like that's how much of a split there was.
So then he goes to Weber, nukes it for the wheat for the title there. Weber Way.
Weber Way.
The Weber Way. That's a whole brand now. That's impressive if you think about that.
And that was like their 4th year.
I don't know, but so then he goes PBA, wins the World Championship. I practiced at his
How about now,
the other day.
Yeah, because he's running South Haven, right?
I think so. He's got a nice banner. It says "Home of the World Champion." It's like in Little Giants when you got the water tower. You know they got the name on it.
Oh, I forget because whatchamacallit's closed down now, right?
I don't know. These poor things, they go out left and right.
You ain't kidding. Memphis. Winchester.
Winchester.
It just closed, didn't it?
Bro, I'm not kidding you. One time, like, I felt kind of bad for saying it after, not really, but I don't know. It was awkward after. So, I walked into Bowl there one time, and there were bullet holes in the settee. It's an old Brunswick house, so it had like those brick settees, and it had bullet holes in it. Or like, I didn't think they were real bullet holes. I was like, man, what was there, like a shootout in here last night? And the guy was like, yeah, like literally. Like, don't go there after dark.
Yeah.
Home of the Memphis Open, though. Home of the Memphis Open. That was awesome.
Well, I only ever bowled the Memphis Open there.
No, I didn't bowl it. Like, I was probably like, I don't know, 13, 14.
Oh, wow.
Rudy, shout to Rudy Revs. He was touring then. And man, I got to stay in the motorhome with him. It was crazy. It was
motorhome. The legendary motorhome.
Went on the drill truck at 13.
People wish they could live that life.
I just want you guys to know, like, he's for sure got a bajillion more ounces of bowling clout than I'll probably ever have. But Cameron Doyle, I used to hook him up with PBA patches that I would smuggle off of Rudy.
You're freezing up, I think. Okay, there it went.
Incoming call.
Gotcha.
That was Mackenzie Copeland. That's my real estate partner. He passed his national exam today.
What up?
So, Team Panda Realty is officially legal as of like 6 hours ago. So, if you guys need a house, hit us up.
House in Mississippi, right?
Actually, our real estate license is transferable in 33 states. So
what?
Get those DMs.
Yes.
I'll pull up for a house.
Travel there for you and everything.
I called Blu. It's my boy Blu. We've been on the road, man, literally thousands of miles. One of the best bowling roommates you could ever have.
Other than I snore.
Like, it's really, but at our age, when you've been bowling as many toilet tour games as we've bowled, Samuel, the friends that stick with you, those are the ones that really matter the most, snoring or not, Not trying to get in the fields. This is a tough podcast about bowling. But, there's not a lot of money. It's not very lucrative bowling these tournaments, but the friendships, man, they're worth their weight in gold for sure. For sure. We're kind of trying to start a social media pro shop type deal. Like, we're selling online on Facebook and Instagram. It's Three Brothers Pro Shop, and a lot of the relationships through bowling tournaments and stuff are making this process a lot simpler.
It goes 3 and then 00 for the O's, right?
Yeah, our Instagram is at 3 BR, then the number 0, then PR, then the number 0. 3 Bro Pro. Little 300 there. That's pretty awesome.
Hey, are you watching this on Twitch, by the way?
Good, really. I talked to a guy from Iran about bowling.
What?
And it was it was a really cool conversation about a bowling club. They want like my name, address,
doesn't matter.
phone number.
Doing the podcast right now.
Oh man, I definitely got hit with
sure.
a bot.
Whatever.
Spam action.
Doesn't matter. Thank you.
Had a good 15-minute heart-to-heart about starting a bowling club in Iran.
Ooh.
And it was for sure some spam though. That was so funny.
I think James got one of those one time. Some guy messaged him from Iran, and I forgot which bowling brand it was. It wasn't AMF, but it was like Mo Rich or something like that.
What you got working over there, Blu?
Can you hear me?
I don't think I can hear you.
I don't think you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Oh my gosh. I've got to avoid the 10. Got to avoid the 10.
What happened?
I was sitting there talking to you, and or maybe it's when I hit the button on my mic. That might be what's doing it.
We'll have to edit it or something.
Yeah.
Should we just re-rack it now that we're like?
Oh no, we're good. We're golden. Like you were talking, you filled space.
So?
Oh yeah.
Good. I just didn't want a big dead space.
Oh no, you were good. You were talking the whole time.
I talk a lot, guys. So feel free to get.
This is easy for him.
He tell me to shut up, whatever. I can talk bowling all day. I'm like I'm like the last real bowling alley rat. You know, you get all these little glamorous fellows out here with their sponsorships and their nice ball deals and agendas. There's no fake news on this Blue Balls because ain't nobody giving us free stuff. It ain't happening, but you know, it's just you just gotta love the game, man. Can't really be in it for the money or anything like that, you know.
You're definitely not in it for the money.
You just gotta grind it. But I'm telling you, this social media, I'm telling you, it's an untapped market in bowling. I could not believe the lack of effort being put into social media.
You know who else had a pretty good? We were talking about podcasts earlier before we started. Who else had a pretty good podcast for a little while that I really liked and followed each week? Buddy's Pro Shop. I don't mean to like shout them out just because we are sponsored by Three Brothers Pro Shop. Use code
No,
BLUE.
shout out to Buddy's Pro Shop. I'm gonna tell you, man, I can't think of the owner's name. It's Chris something, isn't it? What's his name?
I can't think of his name right now. I know it's
Man.
him and Tim Gillick, I think. I know Tim Gillick does a lot for it.
Yeah. So, I was bowling the New Year's Day tournament. It was an awesome tournament too. Anthony Pepe absolutely plastered the brackets. He took everybody's money. He had like 820 the back three, or like I think he had two. He had like two 800s. It was something ridiculous. Like we didn't give a sniff. Like Matt O'Grady bowled that day. He shot 300, and I thought he cooked him. We were at Carolier. That place is like a planet. Like I'm from Tupelo, Mississippi, so if you see like a 28, 20, like 30 lane bowling alley, like that's big time. It's like 80 lanes straight across. This thing was a planet. I saw him shoot 300, and I saw him, and he said he went like even for the day. Like, so Pepe just absolutely ran away and hid, is what I'm saying. So,
Matt O'Grady's one of my favorite people I've ever bowled with.
Yes.
I bowled with him at 17.
He's big time with Dexter now.
Yeah.
Saw me had a.
What's that tournament? The Bradley. I should have never made the first cut. I shot like 256. Yeah, I shot 256 last game, make cut. And the next thing I know, I get paired up, and I'm on his pair. And I start off with like plus 70, plus 80. And then I just shit the bed like the last two games. I had nothing. Like, went negative 90.
What is it about the last two games? All right, so that guy's name was Chris Forey. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
So anyway, I double jumped him at that tournament.
Ooh.
And I remember I just wanted to just like crawl under the ball return. I was probably like 17 or 18. I was like,
he gave you that old Walter Ray.
He gave me that like I don't know. I felt like I saw his tax ID number for Buddy's Pro Shop. Like he just stared.
You know who I am?
Soul. But I was trying to play it tough. Like I was playing with Rudy and like Long Island. Like they're like murderers. They're like, bro. I was there one time and like there was supposed to be an action match. Somebody like was under the weather physically. Anyways, so they just met up at the bowling alley. They bet $1,000 a game. They each picked an open bowler for the game. Like they were. It was man. They will bet on the wind up there. Like they just, man. If they can't out bowl you, they will for sure outbet you. They're just with it up there.
Oh, Matt, I forgot to show you this. So you know I was talking about coaching kids, right?
Yes.
See if I can get this. Can you see that?
Let me see. I gotta pull this thing up. I think.
Tell me when you got it up there.
I don't know. I got the. Oh, there it is. So, how do I see it?
So, are you on Twitch?
No, I'm not on Twitch.
Okay, go to Twitch.
So go to Twitch.
Or you can hit that link and it should take you right to my page.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Bet. Sorry guys, I'm 29, so I'm not quite millennial. This is all new to me. This is literally how this podcast came about. I was like, man, there's no podcast like Brad and Kyle, like they're fire when they do whatever.
But they go, one every 3 months or something?
Yeah. This is like purely speculation on my end. Yeah, I can see you good.
Okay. Look at the back of this shirt.
Like purely speculation. It's got a weird lag.
Yeah. I'm about 10 seconds behind, I think.
Yeah. So anyways, purely speculation, but I just think they're too rich now. I think they're bowling too good. Like,
Too
they
good.
got out there on tour, took their lumps. Now they got their processes down. They got to, I just think they're just eating too good out there. It might not be true. It might not be true, but long story short, they've grown for sure. Excuse
Oh
me.
yeah.
They've grown for sure. Like, and they are the pioneers. They were the first people
And then you got
to just be
Flanagan.
like,
He's doing it, but his are one every 3 months or something like that.
yeah,
And
I feel like he's like a gatekeeper more now, Like he kind of took the ball and ran with it really far, and I think it's just kind of boring to him at this point. Like, what else can he do?
I think that's why he stopped the IB Open because he got bored with it because he just kept getting 300 people every time but couldn't grow.
Man, and that thing too, that was like kind of like a gatekeeper in the UFC. Like, you beat this guy, all right, he's ready for a title shot. Like, if you made the show at the IB Open, you were too tough.
Yeah.
Like Jake Peters, he got out there.
Bill O'Neill won it twice.
Yeah, man, Bill O'Neill, that's a beast too. That's another one. You want to talk about a poop in your pants moment? Holy crap. I won the state championship my senior year, drove all the way down there to bowl cream of the crop in the Tampa area. And on my pair, it was Mike Fagan, Bill O'Neill. I think Norm Duke was to the right. I was like,
I was like, oh, this is not what I signed up for.
All right. We're not in Kansas anymore. So, and I remember that was the first time I ever saw John Janowitz too. I was like, who's that guy with the snazzy shirt on over there? And Rudy's like, yeah, he's about to beat you from one side of this bowling alley to the other. I was like, what? Because like, I don't know, he looks like, I don't know, you don't see that much drip normally in bowling. Like,
No.
he's got brand game for real, you know what I'm saying? And he beat me from one end to
He did it. He did exactly what they said.
Yeah, that one.
Ugh.
That's tough. It's just crazy how certain guys, they just have that gear,
He was at one point, I would have put him as probably like physical game, my favorite physical game to watch.
Yeah, he had some post or something about, I don't know, I think the Cliff Notes are like, kind of run what you brung, more the Jacob Buttriff approach, like he kind of wish he would have took, as opposed to like how much he worked on being physically perfect.
Yeah.
As opposed to...
That's something I want to talk about. I don't know if I want that in today's episode, our starter episode, get all that hate right away. But we at some point we're going to be talking about people's games.
Oh, I love the hate, especially bowling haters, because all you guys are trolls, bro. Like, that's why you have to bowl. You didn't make it at baseball, football,
you didn't make it baseball, basketball, even soccer.
Don't play, do not play. We know how you got here. That's like man, let me tell you the worst job in bowling, besides pin chaser, that's got to be up there. But, man, that's just a rough job being a pin chaser. I've had to do that a little bit. But, that's got to be a college bowling coach. Like, you're recruiting these kids, like, that have been told they're the best, and now you have to tell them they're not, and then, hey, work together.
Or they come in and be like, I'm the best bowler you'll ever have. And you're like, okay. We'll see.
You just gotta be you, you just
Dick Parker did that, right?
Oh man, I can't even speak one ill word about Cap. He's been none but...
Oh, he's the best. But apparently when he came
royalty,
in,
man.
he said,
that's my boy.
I'll be the best bowler you've ever seen on this team. And he learned a lesson pretty quick in college bowling. It ain't the same as high school. But Nick throws it amazing. I wish I had his hand.
I know he's got that super, super soft hand, like Wes Malott. He's like, his release is like Wes Malott and Chris Barnes had a baby, and it popped out. It's like way up the back of it, like Chris Barnes, but it's really fluid and loopy, like. Oh, Wes. That's a big human too. Yeah, Lee. Big nasty. That's a big boy.
So we trying to get into some balls from Expo.
Yeah,
we ready for that?
Man. Is that what? Like, yeah. Let's talk some balls. We'll we got to call it something though.
One day we'll be
like somewhere we talk about the balls. Like it's got to be like I don't know.
So Let's go over
Oh,
Storm.
look at you. We are fancy. This is
Well,
awesome.
so
Oh yeah, perfect. Yes, the most underrated brand
let's
in
start with
bowling.
most underrated
I
brand.
freaking
Never won a
love
title.
these guys. Love these guys. I love them, man. They're awesome. They're
Okay.
awesome, bro.
Let's start with the promotion. I know nothing about this ball. I saw it thrown. It looks like every other storm ball I've ever seen in my life, and it strikes.
Oh, you better watch your mouth. Jason Belmonte said that is the best ball he's ever thrown.
That may be true, but I've also heard him say
Man,
that.
that's the kiss of death, bro. That is the kiss of death.
I heard him
Every
say that
time.
about the whatchamacallit, his other ball, not the second
What
one.
was
The
that?
first.
That blue? Yeah, what was that thing?
Timeless.
Jason,
The timeless.
listen, Jason. I used to believe in your ball reviews. I did. You got me, buddy. I drilled two. I thought that was for sure my bad, bro. Like I drilled one with like my normal, like for my little go-to storm layout. Always it was like in under the bridge, kick the CG 2 inches right, put a hole in that jump, and man, that thing was awesome.
What did it do for you?
What was the name of that
Are
ball?
you talking about the timeless, or are you talking about the drive?
The timeless. The timeless.
Okay.
Yes, the timeless. That thing, man, it rolled like a square. And you know how much I love Storm, man.
Yeah.
I'm about as loyal Storm as I can. That thing rolled like a square.
The first
so I
week
drilled
off-
another one. I drilled another one. I did. I was like, man. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I got a bad one. Maybe I got a stale one. You know. I was like,
Maybe
if
didn't
you
cure.
man, he won like a title with it as soon as it dropped. I was like, well, I mean, he's feeding his family with it. Can't be that bad. And I mean, yeah, for me it was.
Shoo.
For me it was.
Did I tell you about the time I threw it at a storm matchmaker?
What was it?
I threw the timeless. It was in
How'd it go?
it was in Huntsville, and your boy was running it.
Oh, Ralph.
Yeah,
Uncle
Ralph.
Man, I love Ralph. Let me tell you what. Ralph's a man.
So
He's
I
an
sit
awesome
there,
guy.
and I'm like, okay, I'm throwing this timeless. I've heard so many good things. I think Belmont already won that title with it. I'm gonna throw it. 10-pin. Okay, maybe like this house is weird. Maybe I just got it way too off. It rolled out like I got really at the back of it, and I hit the ball hard. For anyone who doesn't know, or I used to. Throw it again.
Nobody crumbles the bucket back-to-back shots to cash in the BJ like Sam.
This guy.
My boy.
I take off the 610. I said, everyone's hooking balls. Well, am I throwing the wrong? Am I throwing it wrong? Like, what's going on?
That's
Is it
how I
left-handed?
felt.
And then I threw it again.
Am I getting old?
And it took a 610 off again. I said, I'll never throw this thing. I was like, I don't care. I'll never throw it again.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it. Then I threw someone's drive when that ball came out. And I said, the ball burned up. And they're like, well, move right. You know, maybe it'll, like, burn roll into the pocket, flat 10 for you, whatever. And I moved right, and it hooked dead early and went through the face. I said, yep, this ball, not for me. This is why I don't throw storm right here.
But speaking of rolling it early and really controlling the back part of the lane, your boy Brad Miller, he's the goat at doing that. I watched him do that a lot at that Concord Bowl. He had an IQ tour. Thing looked like a piece of chalk. I'm throwing plastic. He's throwing this like IQ tour. I was like, man, holy cow. That's like, I was kind of nervous. I was like, we're seeing the lane that different.
And you're like, oh, you only roll the ball. You don't really get around it at all. Okay, this makes.
Oh, he can get around it. So impressed with how well he could, like, he had like a lot of angle going through the front, like really controlled the back. I find like it's like the flatter the pattern. Like when they open up, the more you want to do that. I was just really impressed with, most people coming out like that. They're kind of more spray and pray, high rev.
Got
Kind
you.
of more like a physical talent. I was just surprised that not only was he physically talented, the quality shot he could make.
Back to this promotion. So
yeah,
it looks like it was made in like '92.
I know, man.
I'm
That's
down
the
for
best
that.
color we got, Storm. Just make everything purple, like the purple Thunderstruck.
It's
That's
vanilla
cool,
snap. Do you expect that to smell good?
No.
Okay, I don't like vanilla very much.
That's gonna be a firm no. What does a snap even smell
Yeah,
like?
I don't know. Like,
like Thanos, like. Like that's not a scent.
What do you think about this core? I'd much rather the 13-pound and 12-pound core. But
Man, I love the core. Man, I love the core.
What's it been? Has it been in something else, or is this new?
No, brand new. It's called the piston core, I
Gotcha.
believe. Let me get my little spec. I love the old school spec logo. The S is the old school El Nino logo. Love that. And this ball's not a big ball like hook and motion wise.
Yeah.
You know?
It's supposed to be it's probably supposed to replace IQ Tour, correct?
I don't know. I don't think you can say that if you're looking at these numbers because of the.
Well, it's got a way higher differential, and
yeah, and that's kind of what I really think this is just more like in that timeless drive line, like new Belmo ball, and he's made a lot of money with balls at this price point. I think he's right, man. Like I've seen people throw it without a lot of hand, with a lot of hand.
Oh, we fancy now.
Ladies, male, yeah. Let's see.
So anyone who's, cranker, tweener, stroker, I got your video up right now.
Who's the cranker? That's Kendall Miles. I see you, Kendall. He came up behind me. I think he was more Tim's age.
Yeah, he grew up with me. I think he was in Tim's class,
yeah.
but
I saw a video of him crushing at nationals one time. I remember that.
He's always been super smooth. His
I
dad,
see that.
in my opinion, Kendall throws it better. Don't get me wrong. He throws it more of the now type of game, but his dad throws it amazing. Like best ball roll.
I've never seen his dad. I didn't get to see it. Are they from like the Georgia area?
Yeah, Atlanta area. Well, Atlanta's like 100 square miles, but.
Yeah. I won my first adult tournament in Atlanta, but like before Bowling for Money, I didn't get out that far that way. Yeah, so this cover's brand new, core's brand new. Belmo says it's the best ball he's ever thrown.
He says that about every ball.
I like but I'm telling you, this one just a different vibe. You got to watch the video. I'm telling you, got to watch the video.
Gotcha.
It really looks good. I'm telling you, this is my company right here too.
I do. I'm down. Like IQ Tour is probably the best ball I've ever thrown.
It's my guys right here. Uncle Ralph takes such good care. But I'm saying, like, my thing with them is like how they started, man. Like, they literally started that company in their kitchen.
Yeah, they were like Sport Tech, right? That's the original.
No, I think it was High Score Product.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. They got a great company history. I mean, it's just. And plus, what I like about them, too, is all they make is bowling balls. They don't make pins. They don't make pin setters. Like, all their time and energy.
Well, I guess that's the big thing. They're more successful than any other brand and have less than any other brand. I guess Motive doesn't really count in that. But, like, Brunswick makes boats and pool tables.
I don't think they're together anymore. I think all that got
I know the pins and stuff and the pin decks aren't, but I think last I knew they still own the bowling balls.
One way, and I'm not sure, but they got, man, you want to talk about treat you like family. They were the first people to do the really team thing, like Team Brunswick.
Oh, yeah.
All that. Chuck Gardner, I was in a wedding with him one time. That's my guy, man. You want to talk about an awesome guy?
He's the best.
Cool. Super cool guy.
Let's see. So then
he laid me out an avalanche one time after, like, I got my teeth kicked in at the U.S. Open. I think I was like, I don't know, like plus 40 or 50 the first day. I had a good day. I was on the first page anyway of the stats, and so I come in the next day and like I went 100 under. The next day 100 under. On what I just went 200 under on, he laid me out a avalanche. We walked off the truck. He showed me like two things. I threw like 17 in a row with it. I'm not like it was awesome. Like, and that was the day I was a believer in find your axis. Don't just. Let's see, like at the time I was like 17, 18.
So you didn't probably know nothing really. You just knew how to throw a bowling ball.
And from Tupelo, Mississippi, like we just got Wi-Fi. Like.
I mean, you're also coming from your dad, who is like, bowl you on anything. Like, I don't care. Like, what's out there doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was his biggest thing. Like,
I'll never forget when I first really met your dad.
You should be able to shoot 200 in the parking.
Yeah, your dad never believed in patterns, Nothing. It's like whatever's out there, you just score on it. Like that's all you do. You go out there, and you
Yes.
score.
That's
It
what
was
he
the
said.
best.
Like he's like they're for somebody. Figure it out. Somebody's gonna average 250. I don't care
And
where
the
we are.
thing is, the bowling he came from, it was like that. Tour was like that back then. You bowled
Yeah.
36 weeks, and for 4 weeks straight, it'd be
You
your.
can fact check this to the bank, son. This is legit. My dad was first junior bowler in the state of New York to ever average 200.
Woo!
Ever. Yep.
That's a big deal back then, though, because that had to have been
Man,
around, what,
yeah,
like
bro,
70s?
he wouldn't tell us anything about his bowling. Like, I found that in like an old newspaper article. Grandma showed it to me. Like, man, yeah, he was so selfless. Like, he didn't care nothing about what you did. It was awesome though.
Let's see.
That's free.
Let's move on to this astrophysics, sir.
The astrophysics, man, this ball right here. See, this is why I like Storm right here because, in my opinion, for my game, like I gotta have the ball like clearing the front. Like
It's already one of the best balls that it
it's
should
got
be. It's got
it's gotta clear the front for me. That's what I
R2S
like.
Pearl. How can it not clear the fronts? When's the last time an R2S Pearl read early? Tell me. You can't.
Well, maybe like an R2S solid. But
Oh
what I'm saying is, like,
no. Solid, yes. But I mean, this is an IQ gold cover. Like this is.
Yeah, this is yeah. No, so this one R2S cover stock, like it's like one of the best covers ever made for sure. But so the astrophysics to me, like it perfectly blends that gap when like your asymmetrical balls are for sure like reading too early, over shot, trying to get it down the lane. But then you go down to your symmetrical stuff, and makes the lane feel like wet dry.
Gotcha.
This like blends that gap perfect, like absolutely perfect. It fits right there, like because it's got that big weight block, but it's got the older cover stock technology, and man, that thing's so versatile. Dull it down, shine
I
it
could
up.
see this being super. You can make this super whippy on the back end with that cover.
Yeah, but I mean, you can make it super
Oh,
smooth also.
yeah.
If you get that mass bias negative, especially, man. I mean, this thing, this is a really good ball. Like to me, like literally, I gave a review on our Instagram, and I was like, it's just like the Code Red has been lifting weight. Like
Yeah.
it's just a lot more like beefier in the mid lane. It really reads the mid lane good, but you still get that continuation on that big weight block because of the R2S cover stock, which is just Dub City, sure. I mean, that thing's just man. I think that cover. I'm pretty sure it was on the Thunderstrucks. That's back SSJBA days. That was like
Yeah.
one of the most nasty,
uh,
nasty 1-2 punches I ever had with an original Black Widow, and as soon as that thing checked right to the purple Thunderstruck, ooh, game over like PlayStation.
because I mean, the R2S goes back. I mean, it goes before then, but the big ball that made this cover and its counterpart, the solid version, T Road Pearl.
Yes, that's it. Shout out to George Gohagen. What do you have? 890 what with that thing?
Who knows? Which
one of the
time?
On one of the most beautiful, glorious YouTube videos ever. I remember Billy Oatman showed me that video. I didn't even believe it. It was 890, so I was like, yeah, right. People don't do that. And man, I think it was like, what was the Motorola phone after the Razr? Like it
The
was
Duke?
a smart. Nah, it was. What was like their version of the BlackBerry?
I don't remember. So long ago.
It was not on an iPhone. The video. It was not on an iPhone. He showed it. We were probably like 2G back then. We probably let that puppy download.
You're like, wait a day.
Yeah. You want to talk about a guy who taught me some smoke with like not that many hours logged with me lifetime? Holy cow. That guy, he's got like every physical game trick in the book.
I wish. I would.
He used to deliver pizza to Dennis Rodman, bro.
Who? Rudy?
No,
Oh.
Billy Oatman.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy who showed me the video on the not iPhone.
Okay.
It was so old.
Billy Oman.
Yeah.
Billy Oman's the most random person I've seen at tournaments, in all honesty. Because I first met Billy at your house.
How's he random? He has the hammer with his
Well,
whole
no, this
body
is after
on the side of it.
this is after the hammer. This is after that. But
Oh, you remember when we went to Pittsburgh?
yeah, like he was there. Y'all didn't even know he was going to be there,
Yes,
and he was there.
sir.
But the first time I met him was at your tournament. You know, when he kicked Jason Pavlenko's ass. Shout out Jason Pavlenko.
Pavlenko. Hey, you know what? Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. Speaking of that story, we're going right to that after this story. Go ahead.
Then so then we see him at whatchamacallit, when I go up to Nesbitt's. Then it's like maybe a year later, and Chris Thomason's having his tournament at Thunder Alleys in Dixon, and he shows up there, and like Tim was bowling, didn't even know he was coming, and he just walks in the building, best day ever. And that's the day that man said, "Hey Sam, yeah, you're throwing it two-handed pretty good. What's wrong?" I'm like, "Well, I kind of hurt my thumb, so I'm gonna save it for the tournament tomorrow." He said, "Your timing's really good. You don't do this all the time." I said, "No, it's probably like the third time I've ever thrown it two-handed. Like seriously." He's like, "Yeah, you're pretty good at that." He never said I was bad one-handed. He just said, "Yeah, you're pretty good at that. Your timing."
Man, I got to be the only guy in the history of two-handed bowling to hook when they throw it two-handed.
Oh, me too.
Dude, I got no sauce two-handed.
Nothing.
So, first of all, shout out to Nesbitt's. That tournament's this weekend. Get your entry in, and I don't care what your excuse is. Bowl that tournament before you die.
It'll be the hardest tournament you ever bowled, in my opinion.
Man, every bay does something different, but you should get a PBA title for winning that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, jeez. Absolute murderers will be there. Murderer. And pattern's tough. Tell you, that change in bays brings everybody to their knees. That really levels the playing field.
I watched Machuga absolutely fry out there.
Man, I don't know. I don't really know him personally, but I've heard a couple of snappages of him. I tell you what, he sticks to his guns. So,
He doesn't
love
care.
him, hate him. Stands on his own, too. You got to respect. And the bug versus the windshield. My goodness. Crazy day today. My son's daycare was closed. So automatically go in the bowling alley. That's what you do when school or daycare is closed. So we load up the car. Well, we go to load up the car. Take one step out into civilization today. Bam, wasp. Lights up my neck. Bee sting. F-bombs, equipment. Luke rode hard for me, Sam. Killed the whole nest. Sprayed him. Got, avenge big bro. So get the car loaded. Head to the dojo. Got him laced up, bowling. And we're bowling in South Haven. And I had one of my, all-time lowest performances of my entire life, where you just reevaluate yourself as a human on the car ride home at the ASPT there at South Haven. Man, it was ugly.
That house is hard.
So, it's like, let me tell you how bad it was. Like, I went to the bag, and I was like, all right, well, we're not going to take anything we brought. That for sure does not work. So, I want to try a couple pin-down layouts with a little bit of surface on them and really get it to poop in the back part of the lane, because I was really struggling with the back ends there. And I come out of the gate, I had a 254 right out of the car to Luke's 258. I was like, God, man. So, after that first game, they really got squirrely on the right. Like, it was, good old open bowling burn, hook in the front, big old pile of oil in the back. Just wet, dry everywhere. And my brother's left-handed. So, my ball really starts puking down lane. And he's just stringing them front 10, 289.
Doesn't care.
I'd like 206 clean, like nothing below an 8 count. So,
I mean, real accomplishment there is you were clean that game.
yes. So I've been putting a lot of work in on the spare. You know what I drilled? And I've been just absolutely sniping with it?
Not the wide ball?
No. It's a Visiball.
Ooh.
Elvis Presley Visiball.
Do you have that in the
Elvis?
shop?
Yeah, he's from Tupelo. I need his spare ball. I was like, I'm gonna drill Elvis. So I got an Elvis Presley visible. I've been really shooting spares good with it. So last game, my youngest son comes up, Maddox. He's like, Dad, I had his ball in the bag, got his shoes on. He comes out there to bowl. Luke, 300. He beat me so bad. My youngest son looked at me and he said, Dad, he's cheating, isn't he? He's a cheater. Cheater bug. He's cheating. No, honey. No, he's just river dancing on your father.
He's just beating
Absolutely
up his
cut me.
big brother because of
Yeah.
how many times I beat up on him when he was little.
Yeah. And Luke, man, Luke's a great kid. Like, I kid around, I call him Captain America, but like, just always, man, always plug the people that feed you. Like, he had some people come up to him and they were talking to him about his 300 and like, we're really hard trying to push the pro shop on the internet, and like, he didn't say one word to him about him. I was like, hey, bro, like, next time try to sell a t-shirt or something, like, get a follower. It's kind of how we paid for practice today, like. So
Three Brothers Pro Shop, where's it at?
just,
Like Instagram,
yeah,
hit that up.
always just do that, man. Just always plug people feed me.
Have you got business cards made yet?
Not yet.
Hit me up when you need them.
I got to get shirts and business cards, but
Business
I got a
cards?
lot of
I don't know.
balls. I got like man, I got a ton of balls listed on there. Every brand's represented. If there's something you want, man, just get in my DMs, get a hold of me. Like, I'll get the
Jafar
catalog right out in
Doorstop.
front of you.
This is
Get
a
everything.
bowling podcast. Sponsored by Three Brothers Pro Shop. Hit up the Instagram and
At
the Facebook.
3 Row Pro. Do it. Yeah, so, and two guys, man, throw us some content you want to hear, man. How many states you think you bowled in, Sam? I think I'm like 40. I'm no less than like 35. I've been all over this place.
This is a
For
podcast. I don't know. Bolden, not as many as I think. Nevada, Pennsylvania, Indiana, all of the South, I think.
How about the South, too? I think that there's more heavy hitters, like, for instance, like Texas and New York are obviously killers, St. Louis.
Florida's
I think
really big.
If you took the country, okay, and you made it like divisions, like the NFL or MLB, I think we got the best division, like top to bottom. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, you also got to take into account, and I'm going to shit on people for this one. You got to take into account that the South is harder, like, in general. Like, I don't care what anyone says. The South has a harder house shot than anywhere else. I've talked to people.
I don't know about. I think that, like, I agree with you. Yeah, it's harder, and I just think it's like, I really think it's the conditions, man. Like the huge temperature swings, like the lack of education on lane maintenance. Like people not oiling lanes like they should, and like the heads get burnt. Like they don't get unburnt.
Because you got to think, like, one good example is Jason Pavlenko went and he bowled full league in Lewisburg, and he averaged, I think that first year he averaged like 202 or something down here, and like this is a guy that all we heard about is how he averages 230 up in New Jersey.
Yeah, but he don't even throw the same anymore.
Yeah.
He throws it.
Well, no, this is back when he was bad to me.
He's nuking right now.
Yeah. He went back home. The first 3 games he had, he shot 800.
New Ebonite ball.
What?
Yeah, dude. He just shot 800 with that new Ebonite.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying people aren't good up north. I'm just saying I think it's easier up north.
But I think too, like, it has to be like there's so like where I'm from, New York, there was like 5 bowling alleys within like 6 miles of each other. So like you kind of gotta get those juicy scores. You know? Like that's what people want to see. Nobody wants to go work 9 to 5 and then come in and shoot 150.
I know that's why this next year for league season, if I bowl 2 leagues, they will both be in Columbia because I work 2 minutes away.
I'm not bowling league next year. I'm not doing it.
Taking off?
What, I took I'm excited, man. I just been bowling every day. I wake up, I bowl 4 games. That's it. Work out, go bowl 4 games, and
You're not as
I just
mad. You feel like you actually were productive working on
I've
something.
never. I'm telling you, I've never been this happy bowling in my entire life.
Except for
I'm
when
not
you
kidding you,
bowl Luke and he just absolutely decides to show
man.
out.
I'm gonna tell you what. I could if my son wasn't there, I probably would have fried bad, bro. I lost my mind. I was in the wrong, for sure, but just something about it. Something about it. I just gave this man a ride to beat me by
Paid for
200
his
pins.
practice and
Oh, dude, laid the ball out. Like,
just
oh man. And bro, you want to hear the worst part? I'm gonna tell you the worst part. So we bowled in Savannah, Tennessee. Shout out to Dave Chanel, Savannah Bowl. They got an
that's my
awesome
bank
tournament.
account if y'all didn't know.
Awesome tournament going on right now. G on Ware. Awesome guy. Coaches Team Korea. Super good guy. Shot 877. Claymore Lanes, Huntsville. And man, that guy's awesome, man. So anyways, super hard to carry in Savannah. They give you the pocket there, great house shot, but the name of the game is getting 10, not 9 there. And they got those twister pins, and I swear those twister pins.
That's the only
I'm
house
gonna
I
tell
like
you,
twisters in.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
tell
only
you know
house.
what's wrong with a twister pin?
Well, they fly, but not in a
They
good way.
things go they go straight up in the air.
Yeah.
They will not run into each
No.
other. But that man, I've shot a 300 there. I mean, you're hittable. That's just the name of
Oh,
the game, though.
that one summer I absolutely destroyed them.
So
I shot
Luke's
1167 that year, I think.
so Luke his it's just like a little too angular. Like I mean he wasn't bowling bad, but like his ball just really check and it split every once in a while. And in the car ride over, I was like, Luke, instead of trying to hit the pocket, I said try to throw him through the 8-9. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that works. That freaking works because
Give them
he
3
beat
feet
me.
longer for a target.
I'm gonna tell. I thought my name was Drum when he got done with me, bro. I'll tell you what. Like I've heard all the lefty righty guys, everything. I saw it today, buddy. That man was throwing it like right up 8-9, and look out.
What ball was
As
it?
long as Crux was it Crux Prime?
Mm-hmm.
Lane glaze to heck and back. Looked like Clipper Franklin picked it up. Thing looked like a glazed only. It was, man. But tell you what, that baby cooked him. I was throwing an awesome ball. Primal Rage.
I
Mint
saw that. Where did you
condition.
find the Primal Rage, by the way?
Well, we got him at 3 Bro Pro, my boy.
Are they still out, or you just got some?
No, it's that limited edition one. They're on
Okay.
closeout right now. We'll ship it out to you for the low when you buy it from us. You get free shipping, free grips, all that jazz.
I remember when
Plus, you
Tim
get
had that
me.
ball.
You get me, the best free console in the game. You know the best part about me compared to their pro shop operator is, Sam?
What was that?
You can hang right up on me. You can blame me. You never have. We're just online, man. You can blame me.
I'll be
You
like,
can get
yeah,
a 1-star
probably.
review. That silly goose. He told me to move 4 and 2 and wheel it. Were you bowling that time? Norm was like, "Hey, what's the worst thing gonna happen? You gonna get 4?"
Yes. 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 You shot.
I had the front 9 at National, 10-pin whiff. Go next game. I think I was cruising. Balls for sure. Like I'm having to muscle it. Like I for sure need to chase it in. I was too scared to.
Was this before, after, or during you tore your growing?
This is after. I tore my groin too that day. The worst bowling injury you could ever have. Worst part about it was like coughing or sneezing after in the plane ride home. Misery. But anyways, our team captain, fearless leader, Norm Titus. Shout out to Norm. He's like, yeah, just chase it in a little and go down to that ball. And what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna get 4 on the field ball. I do it 4 right through the middle. He's like, bro, I'm sorry. I was like, dude, that was awesome. Don't worry about
it. No one's ever told me at worst case scenario I hit 4
Yeah.
and then I hit 4.
I was like, wow, that visualizing really works, guys. Visualize in your pre-shot routine. Look for 10, not 4, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you.
I want to talk about what I'm most excited about, Matt.
Yes, let's hear it.
IQ Emerald.
Well, I'll tell you what. That mall right there. I think Cameron Doyle's got the best review on that.
Where does he have a review at?
I think it was on his Instagram or something. He just throws a strike and he walks back and he's like, yeah, there's a striker. He says something. Anyways, he's with my gold IQ. I mean, green IQ.
I mean, yeah.
It's like the twin, bro.
Let's see.
Oh, look, man, I had like 4 of them things. See, right there's the magic, right? That 029 differential.
True, it's so good.
And if you look, this red puck right here,
mm-hmm.
This is that centrifugal, I can't say it. I'm from Mississippi. Forgive me, too many syllables. That centrifugal core, or whatever it's called, right here, all they do is change the density of that red puck, and that's what changes the differential from that and like a Marvel Pearl, or the original ball with that core in it was the Prodigy. And they just changed that core density down there. And if you look in like these little advertising materials, that red one right there, it'll be a different color, another one. And that density's different.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I can't say the C word, but density, all that in your face from the 6.
Does it have a lower coefficient of restitution? No.
Is that, who says that? Brunswick?
No, that's a Storm thing, I'm pretty sure. Because that was when, that was like their thing when the truck came out.
Man, alright, first of all, all they do, guys, this is not a knock at Storm. All companies do. They just reword old news. Like, so that's what they're saying is like the difference in the wraps and stuff. Like, Pyro doesn't have a wrap. Like, the Blue Hammers, like, they didn't have a wrap, bro. That's all that is.
You know? That's like how Brunswick, when they came out with the Quantums again, they were like, yeah, we got this new technology, there's less filler.
That's garbage, too, everybody.
Yeah, that's way old. That's how they
originally... You gotta think of a name. They just get to reuse the names.
Just reuse them. Everyone buys them then.
What? That's not even cool.
But that's what people do.
We should get a discount.
Should. They don't.
Or we should get this... We get to send you the original for a core charge, like AutoZone. I got my grandpa's LT48 PKN cover stock. I'm pretty sure if you read like the original article, it had like some type of peanut or almond crumbled up in the cover stock. That's the original particle, son. That's right. They put nuts and balls, folks. You heard it here first. Blu Balls Podcast. They were putting nuts and balls.
Is this the last new ball for Storm? Or, I mean, you got them.
Storm, see, like, they're over there reusing ball names, and we got stuff right here, like the matchup Black, Red, Blue, or BRB. How about that for a little kick down lane? Be right back, right there, a little BRB. See, that's marketing right there. That's how you market, not the quantum squared. At least that, throw a 2 on there. Can we get a 2 off you? That's garbage, bro. And then they don't roll as good. You know? And that's the thing that sucks on the remake is you got this predetermined box that you're trying to put in it. It's never the same. And it could be because the oil viscosity is different, or you might suck now. You might have been awesome back then, and now you suck.
Now you just suck.
It could be you. And that's we need to have like a look in the mirror, like part here dedicated to the podcast. We talk about how a bowler will never admit they've ever thrown a bad in their life.
I've never thrown a bad. Balls just suck. Let me tell you what,
the thing that gets me the most that I do personally, why is no one ever allowed to bowl good against you? Like, why? You know,
no one can show it. Someone gets 32 pins of handicap against you,
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like today, like when I went and bowled with Luke. Like he beat me by 200 pins, and there was not 1 ounce of me happy for him. Not, yay, that's my little brother. None of that. Like, why, when you're bowling in the heat of the moment, do you go like fully? You just literally you get beside yourself. Like you're not yourself. It's like you step out of your body and you're beside yourself. I even like, dude, I had to apologize to him. It was like 3 hours later. Think about it. I'm 29 years old. I'm a grown.
I got a little
All he
updated
did.
news real quick.
Let's go. Let's go, champ.
Bowler's Advantage just sent out an email, and
I love those guys.
apparently Kelly's doing really good. His last MRI scan showed stable brain cancer and diminishing brain bleeds.
Shout out to Kelly, you
Way to
savage.
go.
That's amazing. Way to go, buddy.
I mean, like literally, like 2 years ago, they gave him like a couple months. I'm pretty sure. Whenever he got diagnosed, and look at him
What's
now.
up, buddy? Take that, cancer. All Stars close shows.
We usually
His
start
wife
last week
taught
in
me
July.
how to drill bowling ball.
I don't
What a
think
blessing
so.
she was in my life.
August.
Now, I'm on a podcast, so if you don't like me, blame her. Haha.
A couple
Not
of
my fault.
Sundays. State tournament Smyrnaville, which runs every week in February. Therefore, I'd like to do a shorter season this year. My idea is to run 4 tournaments. Only 4 tournaments for BAPS this year.
Yay! We only get to get our teeth kicked in by Kyle Barnes 4 times this year.
September 15th.
Shout out to Kyle. Got one in the oven. How good's that kid gonna bowl? How good?
If they allow that kid the ball, I will give him hell. That kid will be a golfer.
Josie and Papa Kyle.
I'm calling it right now. That kid will be a golfer.
Holy cow, bro!
He'll be a golfer.
That thing.
He'll never touch a bowling ball.
You're insane.
Never.
I bet it will, bro. It's in your blood. I used to think that about my kids. I used to say that when I get mad. I'd be like, "Way to go, Dad! You had to buy a bowling golf course. Nice guy." And it's just something about it, bro.
I think the perfect plan is to own a golf course with a bowling center on it. That way you got summer and winter
First
business.
of all, I'm glad we can. You know what? God for. I'm gonna tell you why golf. You know why? Because the ball does not come back to you.
This is true. You have to chase it, and sometimes you lose it.
Bro, bowling comes right back to you. Bro, bowling's it's the best game ever, bro. It really is. I'm telling you, it's the best game ever. Like, think about it. Like, man, it's just too honest for people. You know, like you can't admit when you throw it bad. It's like crazy though. You know, it locks you in there. I don't know. She's a fickle beast, you know.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
We used to have a lead bowler. He said that all the time. He's like, bowling's female for sure. Sure emotional. Just,
Okay.
You can imagine the things we've heard in league. Where'd you bowl league at? Like, what's the worst place you've ever bowled league? Don't say the center, but like, give us a scenario.
I have 2 for 2 different reasons, and I'm shouting them both out because.
Let's do this, because somebody will know who we're. And I don't want to bash anybody's business. Like, the bowling business is hard. What's the weirdest thing, the weirdest interaction you've ever had with a league bowler in your entire bowling career? I got some crazy ones.
I'm gonna need a story so I can like go off this because I don't really know what you mean.
Go ahead.
No, I need you you go. I need you to give a story.
All right, so I had swimmer's ear one time, and like I was all beat up, like, oh, my ear, like swimmer's ear is a mofo, bro.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to all the kids this summer, because you swam too much, grinding out the swimmer's ear. Hang in there, it gets worse. So, this old guy, he's probably like 60 years old, and that's back when you could smoke in bowling alleys.
The good old days.
He's like smoking a cig, like bowling alley back then, like they had these big wooden double doors. You like pushed them open, like the window in the double door was. So like I couldn't see what I was walking into. Push it open, and it was like a movie, bro. Like all the smoke, everything. He's like, come here, Matty, come here. He's like, I heard you got the swimmer's ear. I said, yeah, man. He goes, let me see your ear. I'm going to tell you a secret. Takes like this big drag of this cig, bro, and he blows it in my ear. Swear to God. Bye-bye, swimmer's ear. Think about that, bro. That's crazy, bro. Gone. Swimmer's ear gone. The smoke, it's got to dry the water out. There's got to be some scientific explanation. But like weird stuff like that used to happen all the time. It's like there's a 22-lane.
Think about it real quick. How good smoking was for bowling, though. Like, got rid of swimmer's ear.
Yeah,
Ashes.
That's why you can't get the 10 out. Start smoking Marlboro Reds. You want your ball to... No, I'm just kidding, kids. Don't do that.
Used to, ashes were the best easy slide.
Hell yeah, bro. Or what about when your thumb swelled too much? My dad used to go to the snack bar. He'd get a pile of napkins, and you put it over your thumb hole, and then jam your thumb in there. It shrinks your thumb, bro.
Tim taught me that. Tim was the first person I ever saw doing it.
These kids got switch grips. You can't beat me using a switch grip. I got a napkin. You got had a patch on the back of your thumb? Some out of the ball hurt you? No, back in the day, though, we used to bowl so much, bro. It's a second generation rule, too. This was handed down to us from our dad and his brother. You could bowl until you bled. So all you interchangeable, junior gold, snot-nosed, Abralon, 2 backpack toting bums out there, I used to bowl till I bled on a house shot. I was talking about for the steroid era. What's the biggest astronomical block? Like, you obviously can't remember the numbers, but like when I'm thinking of like steroid era of like junior bowling tournaments on house shots. First of all these tournament directors.
You were in the heyday of SSJBA. I mean,
heck yeah, bro. Chris Tomlinson in the steroid era. I watched him average 250 for 3 months one time. It's when the Inferno first came out.
And that was every other week bowling in a different center.
Yes, man. Didn't that play? I heard SSJBA's RIP right now.
It might be. I think it's getting there. It should have been a long time ago.
I'm gonna tell you what, Nick Leo's not gonna let that happen. I ain't talked to that guy in like 10 years, but there's no way Nick Leo lets that tour die. He'll do something. I know he will, dude. Somebody will. One of those freaking bowling nerds is gonna do something.
Someone just gotta make.
How'd you used to treat SSJBA back in the day? I got a really unique approach to how I used to look at. Were you like one of the guys playing poker in the lobby with the boys, or were you like antisocial, or how'd you approach it?
First
that's a really unique thing bowling offers.
I didn't know anybody, and so I was super antisocial. Let me tell you about my first ever. How did y'all discover SSJBA? Just because your dad ran a center, or?
Yeah. So my dad never asked us to bowl a day in our life, but like every time SSJBA came to town, he'd just enter us in the tournament. And I was bowling one year, and I got beat by like a 21-year-old. I finished second.
I know who you're talking about. I have a feeling.
And yeah, dude, that was crazy. That was crazy back. Think about that. I was Sam, I was 10 years old. I got beat by 20. Think about that. Anyway, so that was the first time I ever made the cut in a tournament. And I was like, Dad, I'm going pro. He's like, all right, man. He's like, you got no excuse. Like, you got a bowling alley right here, like all the equipment. And,
put the work in.
Once I said that, dude, like he was all, I had a case, brand new shoes waiting on me, like that week.
You made his day.
Bro, I went to war after that, son. We had like boot camp after
Luke
school.
was like 1 when you were 10 then, right? Maybe 2?
Luke was 2 or 3. I'm 8 years older than him, so it depends on the time of year.
Gotcha.
But, bro, Timmy back then, he used to bowl so many games, bro, it would sound like wood, bro. Like the core would separate in the ball. That's how many games he would bowl. I swear to God, bro. They had a McDonald's on the corner, and we were not messing with daycare, bro. We'd be like, just take us to the bowling alley. I'm not kidding you, bro. Managers would drive us home. They'd be like, I'm going home. Like, it's cool. Manager will take me home. Like, the manager would drive me home closing up. And, man, I'm not kidding you, dude. I bet we bowled 100 games a week. Easy. Easy. Man, I would never change my childhood. Like, growing up with your dad owning the bowling alley, that's the best thing ever.
But now, my first SSJBA stop, this is super random. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I probably have told Tim. I was in Dixon, Tennessee.
Shout out to Mason Dixon. Didn't he bowl from there?
I think so.
That kid was a savage. He used to knock the holes out of that.
I've only been hooking the ball for about 7 months. Like, this is my year and a half point.
That's how I felt bowling against Luke today. Like, I'd only been hooking the ball for 7 months.
And, I'm bowling league up there, and it's Saturday morning, and all of a sudden, like, they put up these signs about this tournament. I'm like, what's this? And I'm like, oh, Mom, I really like to bowl in this. Like, it sounds fun. Like, and I don't bowl league, so I've already bowled 3 games a day.
You said it sounds fun?
Yes, it sounds fun. I didn't know what a tournament was. I'd never bowled a tournament before in my life.
Oh, there was no fun in bowling for me. Dude, I used to go after those kids like I was ready to murder their family. I was a lunatic.
Oh, and so I didn't have fun. I learned bowling wasn't fun. Like, at this is the day I probably was like, why am I doing this? And yeah, I kept doing it. I get on a pair. It's some older kid who drove from Memphis. I think a girl on my pair. And then this young little 10-year-old kid. I am 17 at the time. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Like, average 130 in league. It's on the house shot. I proceed to average 127 in my first SJBA. I had Cameron Doyle on my pair. He shot 300 at 10. I almost quit.
Ooh.
I almost quit bowling that day. I bowled 8 games, didn't know what I was doing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hashtag some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield.
So that was my first one.
Oof.
The next year
tough.
I bowled like 4, because you need 6 to qualify for Super Bowl. So I bowled like 6. That was the first year I bowled in Mississippi at your house.
How'd that go?
I made cut. It was it might have been the second cut I ever made. Maybe first. Oh no, I made Columbia. I think Columbia was before y'all stopped because y'all were near the end of the year, I think. So that year I bowled. No, I bowled 4 because I bowled Dixon.
No, we were the second stop every year.
Okay, then I bowled your stop first.
That's how I got into it. Like, it was like perfect timing for me. Like, I finished second at that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, I love that house, actually.
I hate that place. It's an AMF house.
Yep.
It says always means fun. No. I see that sign in my nightmare. Let me tell you who I saw for the first time there.
Chris Prather.
Christopher Prather, bro.
How did I know?
That one almost retired me.
How did I know?
I'm feeling myself, bro. I've been bowling this tournament 6 years. I make the cut, finish second. I justified. I'm like, that dude, 21, got his AARP card out here beating me. I'm 10. These guys ain't nothing. I got all new balls. Bro, I didn't know what happened. I'm shooting 120s, 130s. He shot a 279, bro. We're like 10. I'll never forget it. He was throwing a trauma response.
Because you and Chris are same age, right?
Yes, bro. A trauma response, bro. Hooking the whole lane. We get in the car. I'm like in tears, bro. Like emotionally distraught, just lower than low. What's the first thing out of my mom's mouth, bro? Man, I love that Christopher Prather's game.
Oh, destroyed, Rick.
I was like, Mom, I'm your son. I was so emotional about it. Like, so Chris, my mom still thinks you throw it better than me. So hope you stub your toe or something. Nice guy. My mom likes your game though. Nice.
But
no, I'm proud to have competed with him. Think about that, bro. Who wants some of my SSJBA class? Gary Faulkner, Chris Prather, AJ Rice. Line them up.
Chris Tomlinson.
Line them up. Chris Tomlinson, Tommy Barish, Chad Pitcock.
Oh, Tommy Barish.
Yeah, Cameron Doyle. Man, you're up there, bud, but Chad Pitcock's my guy. That's my president of SSJBA. Chad Pitcock, the GOAT. Multiple Super Bowl champ. Pretty sure AJ Rice got kicked out of SSJBA.
I could believe that.
For doing the dirty, dirty thing of bowling for money. That's where you lose bowling, kids. That's when they get mad at you. Don't.
Yeah, and now you can't make money as a college bowler, so.
Man, why would you mess with college bowling ever?
I don't know.
It's such a beautiful
I hope they
thing.
lose so many people off this, honestly. I don't think they will, just because everyone tries to stay youth till they're like 21 now for some dumb reason. I did it, but
I'm glad you killers stay down there. These kids coming out of college are freaks. Think how good they throw it, bro. Think how good they throw it compared to us. Think what they know.
Oh, they have way more knowledge. They have YouTube. We didn't have YouTube. Well, I did. But
my last year of juniors, like, Aberlon came out.
What year did you go adult?
Like 07, 08.
07. Jesus. So do
07.
you realize that you didn't have YouTube? Like, I think YouTube came in 06.
Yeah.
So no one used YouTube back then for anything like this.
I learned all this I had to read Bowler's. Yeah. Before we had R.I.P. God rest his soul.
And now every state has a Kegel, pretty much.
Jim King, bro. Jim King had Peter, and he used to run SASBA. I think his wife still runs it now out of Texas. And they'd come to town, bro. Think about that. I'm 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. I'm shaking hands, seeing 6 to 8 balls before the Bowler's Journal review. Come on now. Get out of here. That's when you know you're.
I bet you read that things like, oh, they lied about that ball. I watched it. Multiple people try to throw it this weekend.
My dad always had the conspiracy theory. He's like, they don't bash any balls.
Put it on there.
You're gonna put it on?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, he's like, they all roll decent.
Thank you.
I want a guy who's like, hey, this rolls like a square.
Drink wise.
One sec.
You know,
One sec.
Honest review.
I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, I hit the pause button. I want to make sure it didn't.
I would go Mountain Dew on drinks if I was you, Sam.
No, that G Fuel dough.
What is that?
It's got like no sugar. It's got like 25 calories and 150 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. It's like 80. It comes down to be like 80 cents per scoop, and it holds like 40 drinks. Oh, it's great.
Nice. That's what's up.
Oh, that's who I'd love to be sponsored by. I'd love.
So what do you? Yeah, man. Shout them out. Sponsor us, bro. Bro, all right. I have one goal of this podcast, and that's to resurrect the AMF brand, bro. I was researching brands heavy researching brands, all right? So you got to go to www. And it's AMF300.com, okay? None of that Bolero junk. Just kidding, not Bolero junk. Shout out to Bolero. How about them throwing some money at bowling? Thank you for doing that. We needed you guys. Thank you. But, bro, if you go to click their click contacts, what happens on your screen? See if it does it. Might be just
forbidden.
Come on, AMF. Forbidden? Bro, sign us up.
They have apparel, but
podcast,
they have apparel, but I can't contact nobody.
Blu Balls Podcast and Three Brothers Pro Shop. Send us some stuff. We got the best ball review in ball. We got some ball reviews coming out. We got Tim. He can bend it like Beckham with some touch, or he can give you that, as I call it, the power paw, that Puma paw. You've seen it, Sam. You've seen the power paw.
Oh, it's beautiful.
When he heats it up about 20 miles an hour and gives it the old school freeze to the pocket. I love it when he does that, bro.
He's the only guy I yell at to not bowl.
Bro,
he's the only guy.
He's like the Rob Gronkowski of bowling physically, not personality-wise. But I'm saying, like, physically, he's like a polar bear when he throws that. Waboom. Like a Puma paw.
I'll never forget when you said that. Talking to Daniel Spink, and he took that, like, I guess he's pretty huggable.
I know. Tim got so mad at me. I was like, bro, cloud is cloud. Cloud is cloud. So, bro, they love me up there. They invited us to bowl that team tournament. I've never felt so much love. Like, Concord Bowl, I love you guys. I freaking love you guys. There was some guy, we get done, and he was calling me, Sam, the best thing I've ever been called bowling in my entire life. He's like, bro, we've been calling you Pandora's Box because we don't know what you're going to do. We don't know if you're going to throw it over the gutter. We don't know if you're going to throw up the first arrow. He's like, you're like Pandora's Box. We don't know what's going to happen. That was, dude, that energy in that place. Shout out to Daniel Spink, bro. It's Warwick, right?
Yeah, Warwick STL.
Man, awesome. My kids to this day, I shouted them out on the live stream. Man, that was awesome, bro. That was the best thing I've ever been a part of. Literally, if I told you guys what prevented me from bowling it this year, man, I definitely caught life in the teeth, but I'm back on my own too. We got the pro shop, the podcast. We're running it back up. I'm back. I'm back in the Midnight Bowler Society for sure. That is.
We in there.
Freaking love those guys. You want to talk about some killers, murderers, bro?
Did you watch this year's?
Bro, I didn't see any of it.
Oh,
I was so
God.
sad I couldn't bowl. Shea Bittenbender? What?
Tim Bearhart?
Jeez. Man, Eddie Bird's from around there. He's just super awesome at the bottom. Like, man. I mean, that's where the original Budweiser teams are. Pete Weber. I mean, jeez. Killers. I freaking love that play. I can't wait to bowl. And we're bringing who? Richmond? That's right, folks. I'm bringing Richmond with me. You get ready. You thought Luke was nasty from the left. I'm bringing Godzilla.
Richmond's one of the few people that I watch him throw, and I love his game.
Yeah.
But I watch him throw,
Man.
and it looks like he puts 7,000 revs on it, and the ball does exactly what it wants to do. It doesn't overhook ever. It just right into the pocket. He may not carry, don't get me wrong, but
bro, absolutely jazzy with it. It's my guy. That is my guy, dude.
And he got married too, right? Or he's engaged?
No, he's engaged. He invited all three of us, all three bros, to his wedding, bro. Appreciate that. He does not know what he's in for.
Is he not bowling much anymore? I mean, he's bowling, but he's not a ton.
Let me tell you, last time I saw Richmond, let me tell you what. Okay, I bowled the most glorious thing on a Thursday you could ever bowl. Chad's Pro Shop Sweeper. They run 3 different flights. You can't lose money. Super competitive. If you make it in the first flight, there's a step ladder. Good money in it. Awesome thing on Thursdays in Memphis. Andy Beeves. Shout to Chad's Pro Shop. I get stuff drilled by him anytime. Problem, because you can't really fit yourself. Great guy. But, so let me tell you this, Sam. I make it out of flight 2, okay? All right? Who's in flight 2? Not the show, flight 2. Timmy and Richmond, bro.
Oh, that's a bad pool.
I was like, what is that?
Because I'm sure there was I'm sure Luke had a decent one, but then there were like, how many flights were there altogether?
There was 3 flights. He was in the second flight, but I don't know. So he just got back from the beach. Anyways, He bowled like one more game. So we get to the last game, the title match for flight 2. Okay? Me, Tim, and Richmond. All right? Timmy throws I think the back 4. No, what did he do? Yeah, the back 4. Richmond missed a spare in the 10th. Okay? I got up. I threw the back 5. No. I threw 3 in a row. Ring 10 sheet to get beat by 2, bro. Tim and Richmond beat me by 2.
Over.
Man. Killers, those 2. Killers. Were you there that doubles they bowled at Billy Hart?
Yeah. They
finished second to Donnie Wilson and Kirkendall.
You know I yelled at Tim that day, right?
No.
Yeah, I yelled at him because he's like, don't worry, I was trying to get out there as fast as I could. But I literally looked at him and said, how many times do I have to tell you to bowl? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, when's the last time you bowled competitive? I don't know, like a month and a half. I'm like, yeah, exactly. I bowl competitive every weekend. You know how many weekends I actually do well? Not many. Every time I see you bowl, you just make money. You just make money every time you bowl,
Yeah,
Tim, and you bowl
Timmy-
once every 2 months.
Timmy has the most amazing trait in bowling, and that's never not cashing.
But he
You
gets
can
mad.
take
He
my
gets
middle
mad because
brother-
he only cashes sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's still you
I'm
cash.
only making a couple hundred shoes on. You know, like, I'm telling that guy, we could go, I mean, it doesn't matter. Elf bowling, whatever. Don't matter. Don't matter. And if they're tough, bro, if they're low scoring, look out.
He's shooting 190 pissed off every game while everyone else is shooting 170. He's like, oh, I'm in the top 5. Tim,
So
I love
again,
you.
AMF, send me and my bros a couple bowling balls. No pay, no nothing. Let us fix this, please. Let me fix your social media.
Let me tell you where you need to fix it. Right here.
Forbidden.
I
mean,
Gene,
bro, I'm telling you.
What is this? What is this AMF?
I know, man. Like, such a prestigious name.
I'm over it.
Such a rich history. Nelson Burton Jr. Pretty sure
What a
Dick
guy.
Weber. Pete Weber. Bro, I would be honored to do anything with these
I
guys.
do think Pete
wanna
Weber
bring
started
it-
with AMF. Think about it.
Yeah, dude, I heard a story about him being with them.
How he fried out on them, or
No. We're not. Everybody's fried bowling. I'm afraid somebody will tell my fried. I'm not telling on nobody's fried. So, like, I think he had bowling shoes and that was it. And like, walked to the pro shop. They had one AMF ball, and he was like, "Hey, I'm Pete Weber. I'm with AMF. I need that ball. Here's my sponsor's phone number or my ball rep's number, and he'll replace it." Drills it, wins a tournament, one ball.
one ball, that's all.
Walked in probably with a pair of Dexter Ricky 2s, 3,000 miles on them, looking like nothing but nostalgia, and just cooked them. All off the wall, cooked them. What's Norm's rule? You gotta, if they're not talking about you 100, you can't bowl or something?
Say that
What's he say
again.
about that? The 100-mile rule? Like, if they don't talk about you in bowling 100 miles away where you bowl, like you're not a good bowler?
Yes,
You're
I'm
not.
pretty sure that's a true rule.
Yeah.
I don't know if I heard him say it, but that definitely is probably a true rule to me.
Probably a little more French,
Oh, definitely more French.
you know. It's real. You know where you stand with my boy Norm.
Uh,
And
People get.
what's the shot clock at? How long have we been going on this?
Oh,
thing?
wow. You're going to be surprised. Take a guess.
An hour.
Oh, God. We're at hour 31.
Nice.
Yeah,
So should we wrap it up right here?
I guess so. I mean, we really didn't even cover anything I feel like we were going to. But
Yeah,
I mean,
we just
covered
kind
a
of
lot.
rambled.
But
So let
That's
me give
good.
him the cliff notes.
That's
so
great
I hit
podcast.
Sam on Snapchat, 2 days ago?
yeah, 2 days? Yeah, I think so.
Shout out to James Seller, best backup ball in the business. Tell him about it, Sam.
Well, you know,
Backup ball with a pinky hole.
the pinky hole added a lot. You know, he can't do angles very well, but you need someone to go up
Increased his
5.
rev rate to 232 RPMs. So now he can just ring 10 firmly.
If you need someone to
And-
hit the arrows down lane, he can do it in the air.
That is impressive how high that man throws it. He didn't look like he could do that. And he can fly a ball with the best of them.
Tell you
Man,
what.
Pavlenko had the best fly ball I've ever seen. Bring it on, Oscar. I'll put my boy Pavlenko on you.
Bring
Over
me the chair.
strike on his Facebook page at about 47 miles an hour. That is a fastball he uncorks on that chair, and he flushes it home. So, yeah, we're going to have a little more structure. I sprung this on Sam 2 days ago. And this is it, Blu Balls Podcast.
And like you hit me up on a weekend, so you know I was partying all weekend pretty much.
Yeah, so we're going to have it a little bit more structured.
What are we trying to
but
do here? Are we trying to do weekly, bi-weekly, whenever there's stuff going
Man, we're
on?
going to do at least weekly. We're going to
Okay.
do at least once or week.
Are we?
We should shoot for Mondays. Mondays at 9.
Okay.
Who knows? But we'll promote for sure.
Trying to think what else. we'll obviously be talking about everything bowling. So if you got bowling questions, bring them to the table. Hit us up on social media at Three Brothers Pro Shop on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
Send the
Bring
questions there.
anything, guys. Anything bowling. Like, we're really out here bowling, you know?
I don't know if y'all do. I don't. Do y'all have float bowling?
Man.
It's too expensive. It's too expensive. I'll say it right now.
It is. But
Sponsor
I'm going to shout
me.
out my boy, Marcus Jones.
Got you the hookup?
Yep, he hooks me up.
Float bowling,
Not
hook
only-
us up. We'll we'll talk good.
pro shop in a bowling alley, just online in the garage, he used to let the whole pro shop use it. He's the GOAT, bro. That man will give you the shirt off your back. Anyways, Blu Balls Podcast. That's Blue. I'm Matt Hardigan. And, he's Blue. I know everything there's to know about ball.
If we get enough
Full of
fans, enough people asking, swear to God, I'll make shirts.
Heck yeah. No, we're going to, let's go. This is it, guys. This is the less side of bowling. This is what happens when you love the game. And
You will be able to find this soon once I figure it out.
all you're missing is money and titles.
Yeah. I'm going to be posting this to YouTube, definitely. Probably on. Have you seen our YouTube channel that I'm a part of? We don't use it
No.
much, but it's
I'm
the
going to
Struggle
make one
Bus.
tomorrow for Three Brothers Pro Shop so I
You
can
are?
get AMF and other people to send me ball. Dude, we'll have the best.
Okay.
Nobody will ball review better than. Think about how Luke throws it and Tim throws.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
like a perfect.
Also, we can
Yes.
finish. We're going to wrap this up right now. I switched over to two-handed. I think I'm switching over for a while for good.
Yeah. So
Uh,
hashtag prayers for Sam.
last week,
His
not kidding
two-handed
you.
bowling is not my cup.
Yeah, no kidding.
I like them. I just can't do it.
No kidding. Like everyone talks about, like no one likes Grumpy Sam when he's bowling. And then I got told that at Nationals by James after I told him, "Hey, this isn't going to be fun for me. I'm not throwing it
Sam-
well." And
I'm not doing this. There's no way James cannot talk about.
about people being grumpy, I know,
That's
right?
what I'm. Yeah.
And so whenever I got back, I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw it two-handed this week of league because it's beer league, and I just don't really care about beer league, and I'm already not bowling well because, I get kind of lit on Wednesday. And
Oh, boy.
I shot 550. Throw it two-handed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't throw it two-handed, and my first 3 games are 550. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying, like,
Man.
I understand bowling.
Hey, I had at that last Lewisburg tournament, I had an 18 back in Lewisburg.
You'll probably never catch me there, I'll be honest with you, but I'm proud of you. I am proud
Hey,
of you.
Kentucky's my boy.
Oh,
They got a
Kentucky's
tournament coming
great.
up. Look them up.
Yeah, Kentucky's great. Fun time bowl. But I will never bowl there again. I 4-9 way too much, and it makes me mad. It makes a grumpy sound.
That was one-handed. You're two-handed now.
Yeah. Let me get some handicap built up, and then
Belmo never 4-9s, and if he does,
if he does 4-9s, a pin hits both of them every time.
I heard the promotion, like, physically can never 4-9.
Okay.
Just
Well,
kidding.
let's wrap this up right now.
All right, guys.
I'm Blue.
We're out of here. I'm Matt, and we're out like a fat kid in dodgeball.
See y'all later.